Good afternoon, everyone. In last lecture, we have seen some examples on plug setting multiplier and time setting multiplier. Okay, so these examples are sometimes asked in exam, and very simple examples are there. So on PSM, for PSM there are two formulae we have seen, and for time setting multiplier also we have seen example. Okay, so you just remember formally, and from given data only you can find the plug setting multiplier and time setting multiplier. Okay, then uh, today we'll start with new point, that is the radial feeder protection. Okay, so what is mean by this radial feeder protection? Actually, there are three protection schemes. First is a radial feeder protection, then second is the parallel feeder protection, and third one is the ring main type feeder protection. Okay, so means these are the three systems actually. So here in radial feeder protection, so in this type of protection, you first concentrate on this diagram. So here you can see there is one generating station is there. Okay, generating station is there. Then substations, or you can see the supply systems or substations 1, 2, 3, and 4 are given. And in this radial feeder protection, whatever be the supply given by this generating station to the load point is in only one direction. Okay, is in only one direction. Means supply is given from the generating station to the load point. Okay, to the load point in only one direction. Okay, so here what is actually this system? Here in this system there are different sections, we can say. So there is a generating station, and from generating station up to the load point there is a single line, means supply is in only one direction. Okay, so here different circuit breakers are there, and overcurrent relays are also there. Okay, so a relay is there and circuit breaker is in between the two stations or two systems, or two in one section there is one circuit breaker and one relay is there. Okay, so means it is just like the zone of protection we have seen. So for zone of protection, different sections are done in this whole power system. Okay, and these all are overlapped. Okay, so that in not a single part of the power system is missed from that zone of protection. Okay, so just like this, there are number of sections here, and in between that a circuit breaker and the relay is connected. Okay, now these are used for the protection purpose. These are used for the protection purpose. Now here a time graded protection is used. Time graded protection means what? Actually, what happens when any fault is occurring in the system? Okay, any fault occurs in the system, then what happens? That fault is first sensed by the relay, right? That fault is first sensed by the relay. Okay, then that relay that relay operates the circuit breaker. Okay, that relay operates the circuit breaker, and after operation of circuit breaker means it simply opens the circuit. What circuit breaker does? It simply opens the faulty circuit. Actually, circuit breaker is in normally closed condition, but it opens the circuit. And when it opens that circuit, that time the arc will be produced there. Okay, arc will be produced, and when that arc will be produced, again there will be some flow of current, so it is necessary to extinguish that arc. Okay, means it will take some time to extinguish. म्हणजे ती आर्क जी तयार झाली ती विझण्यासाठी थोडासा टाइम जाणार. ओके, सो means total operating time of your relay is somewhat more. Okay, if we are saying that the actually relay is operating at this seconds, but the total time of operation of your relay is somewhat more. Okay, so it varies from 0.38 seconds to 0.5 seconds. Means this is the minimum time required for the operation of the relay. Okay, means uh, here we can say that suppose suppose some for some time, means here you the faulty current here the faulty current will start flowing through the circuit. Okay, okay, means it is through the relay. Okay, so this is the fault current which will start flowing through the relay coil. After that, it will take some time to operate your circuit breaker. Okay, and when this circuit breaker operates, after that, it will take again some time to extinguish the arc, right? It will take some time to extinguish the arc, because when your circuit breaker operates, means what? It opens the contacts. That time the arc is produced. So for arc extinguishing, some time will be required. Okay, to extinguish the arc, some time will be required again. Okay, and after that some gap is given there, means some we can say the safety time likewise. Okay, so if we consider this much part only, so this time is a minimum 0.38 to or 0.3 to 0.5 seconds. Okay, this time is almost 0.3 to 0.5 seconds. Okay, so this is the minimum operating time of your relay. Okay, this is the minimum operating time of relay. Now, some relays are operating instantaneously. Okay, now here in this radial feeder protection, so is anyone available? Yes or no? Is there anyone?
Yes, madam.
Okay. Now, what happens here? Point up to 0.3 to 0.5 is the minimum time required for the relay to operate, right? Now, in this radial feeder protection, what happens actually? Uh, uh, if we consider the generating station, now near the generating station, the operating time is more. Okay, operating time is more. You can see. So, if we are considering the fault is occurring here, okay, after this CB5 or after this fifth relay, the fault is occurring, but the time of operation for relay number 5 is less. Okay, that is 0.5. Sorry, for operating relay number 4, the time required is 0.5 seconds, and this OC5 is operating instantaneously. Okay, so that time can be set. Okay, we can set that time here. So here 0.5 seconds. Then to operate this OC3, the time required is 1 second. Okay, similarly for operation of OC2, the time required is 1.5 second, and for operation of OC1, the time required is 2 seconds here. Okay, so here we can say that, or in this radial feeder protection, near the generating station, the operating time required is more. Okay, the time of operation of the relay is more, and if the fault occurs away from the generating station, then the time required for the protection is less here. Okay, so here you can see the graph of this operating time versus distance. Means as your distance decreases, uh, means here the distance is decreasing, then the operating time is increasing. Okay, if your distance decreases, then the operating time increases. Suppose this fault is occurring at the load side, means load side means the distance is more. Okay, from the generating station the distance is more. Then for this fault, first your instantaneous relay will operate. Okay, if this relay fails to operate, then your OC4 will operate. Okay, then your OC4 will operate. Okay, now if but what is the disadvantage of this radial feeder protection? So if I consider that the fault is occurred between this SS2 and SS3. Okay, if the fault is occurred between the substations 2 and 3, then actually which relay should be operated? Which relay should operate if the fault occurs between this SS2 and SS3? Which relay should operate there?
OC2.
OC2. Yes. Yeah, OC3. Between 2 and 3.
OC3, madam, sorry.
OC3 should operate there, right? And if that relay operates, okay, if that relay operates, then what happens here? Here, if here any fault occurs, this system means from generating station to SS2, the supply will be continued here. Okay, supply will be provided. But after this section, okay, means between this SS3 and SS4, the supply will not be continued there. Means if fault occurs near to the generating station, then after that section the whole system get means they will not get the supply. Okay, but before that it will get the supply only. So this is the disadvantage of this radial feeder protection. समजले? What is radial feeder protection? समजले का? ओके, म्हणजे लास्टला तुमचे फॉल्ट झाला, तिथला रिले ऑपरेट झाला तर ठीक, तो रिले नाही ऑपरेट झाला तर OC4 ऑपरेट होईल. ठीक आहे, तो पण जर नाही झाला ऑपरेट, म्हणजे सपोज काहीतरी त्याच्यामध्ये फॉल्ट झाला, काहीतरी प्रॉब्लेम झाला, तर तुमचा नेक्स्ट रिले ऑपरेट होईल. म्हणजे 0.5 सेकंडला तो रिले ऑपरेट होणार. जर तो नाही झाला तर नेक्स्ट रिले ऑपरेट होणार. ओके, बट if the fault occurs in between, then the remaining part, means next part will get disconnected from the supply. Okay, and one more disadvantage is there. So here if you are coming to the nearest point of this generating station, and if I consider that the fault is occurring between this generating station and this substation 1, then what happens? The time required for clearing that fault is 2 seconds. Means the time is more. Okay, so it takes more time to clear that fault. Okay, so that is also one more disadvantage. So for radial feeders, there are two disadvantages. First is if any fault occurs in between, then the remaining part get disconnected from the power supply. And if fault occurs near to the generating station, then the time required to clear that fault is also more. Okay, because power flows only in one direction. Okay, समजलं ना सगळ्यांना? And all of you, please take the photo or note or the diagram of this radial feeder. Okay, we'll see now the next point. Okay, so here the same explanation is there. Okay, now the next is parallel feeders protection. Okay, so as due to some disadvantages of this radial system, the parallel feeder protection is used now. uh, what is the advantage or how actually it operates, we'll see here. There is a generating station. Okay, and there are two lines. Okay, two lines of this feeder. Okay, and for each line there are two circuit breakers, that is A, P for one line, feeder 1, and B and Q for the second feeder, means it is the second feeder. Now here, if the fault occurs, in feeder 1, okay, in feeder 1, then the power to the load side is not discontinued. Okay, means it will be continuously supplied. So here there can be two ways for supplying the power uh, to to the point where actually the fault is occurred. Okay, so when fault will occur, your relay will operate the circuit breaker, and they will disconnect the circuit from the faulty section. This will happen, but actually after that your power should be supplied to that, okay, point. So how actually it is supplied? If we disconnect this point, hello. So here, if we disconnect this faulty section, okay, so I'm will mark here. Just wait. If I disconnect this faulty section, then how actually the power will be supplied? How actually the power will be supplied to this point? Okay, so if I consider this point, okay, and this another end, then in which way the power will be supplied? Can anyone tell me the path from the generating station? At these 2 points, I want to supply the power. So what can be the path? Yes. Hello. So here, yes.
Explain and check the current.
Okay. So we have seen the radial feeder protection, right? So in radial feeder protection, what happens? There is only single way. There is only single way for the protection or for supply. Okay, means if any fault occurs in between, then the remaining system get disconnected. Okay, disconnected here there is any fault occurs here, then the power is supplied through this feeder 2. Okay, power is supplied by using this feeder 2. So I'm asking you that if this is a faulty section, okay, which is disconnected, but if I want to give supply to the remaining part, of this uh, uh, of this distribution system which is provided by this feeder, then in by which path I can provide the supply here. So from generating station, how the current will flow or how the supply will be given. From generating station to the first path will be from generating station to A to this point, right? A to this point. So in by using this path, the supply will be given, right? Similarly, the supply will be given to this end also, from this generating end to B, to Q, and then to P, right? And then to this point. Okay. So in this way, we can give supply there. Okay. So this is the use of parallel feeder or advantage of parallel feeder. If any fault occurs in any feeder, the another feeder is there to supply. Okay. Means it is just like your backup protection. Okay. Parallel feeders are used. Okay. समजलंय का?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Now the third point is there, that is the ring main protection system. So what is this ring main protection system? Now in this ring main protection system, we are using actually we have seen previous two systems in that there is only one generating station. Okay, there is only one generating station and we cannot change the direction of the power flow, right? Power flows only in one direction for the first system. For second system, that can be changed. Okay, but yeah, in this ringman system of protection, I'll show you the diagram here. Okay, here there is a generating station, one generating station, and there are different substations or distributors are there. So substation means where actually the power is generated and supplied here. Okay, so here at this generating station, near generating station, again the time required to operate the relay is 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds, and uh, if you are going away from this generating station, then the time required is less there. Okay, now we are considering first the path that is G, A, B, C, D. Okay, so this path is first considered. So for this ringman system, actually the power is supplied from the different stations. Means if any fault is occurring, that without disconnecting that, power is supplied from the next station. Okay, so here uh, if the fault occurs between this A and B, between this A and B, So where actually that fault happens, if it is near B, then the time required is 0.5 seconds. Then if it is near A, then the time required to operate relay is 1.5 seconds. Okay. So that time changes according to the distance. Then the time required for operation between this B and C is only 1 seconds. Okay. So here we are considering that the fault is occurring between this B and C point. B and C point. Then how the power is supplied here? How the power is supplied here? Yes. How the power can be supplied? Yes. What can be the ways? Yes, from generating station. Yes, from generating station. In which ways the power can be supplied? So here, if fault occurs here, okay. So there is a single generating station here, and power will be supplied from G to A to B, okay, towards this point, okay, or from G to D to C to this point here, okay. And uh, and when we are using different stations, okay, different stations, substations there. So so from that points also the power can be supplied. Uh, if these A, B, C, D are also producing, then only only these relays will operate here, and power will be supplied from this point only, C only here. Okay. So the advantage of this ringman protection is there are fewer voltage fluctuations. Okay, means, and the system is very reliable as each distribution transformer is fed with two feeders. Okay. Uh, Two feeders means here you can see this B, for this B, there is one feeder from A is also there, and from C is also there. Okay. So each station is provided with two feeders. Okay. So this is the advantage of this ringman system. So in first system, radial system, there is only a single generating station, and and power flows only in one direction. Okay. Then in second, there is again one generating station, and two parallel feeders are there. Two parallel feeders are there at a single station. So if the fault occurs at one feeder, if the fault occurs at one feeder, the another feeder is used for the supply. Okay. And when you are using the ringman system protection, that time two feeders are giving supply to one station. Okay. Or one point, we are saying. So one point only. So if any fault occurs here, the power will be supplied by the other feeder here. Okay. So take this diagram also. And Okay, noted. Okay, now the next point, see, that is the relay coordination. So what is mean by this relay coordination? So can anyone tell me what is mean by this relay coordination? Relay coordination means actually if any fault occurs in the system, then your relays should be operated sequentially, or in the order, we can say. Okay, so that is nothing but your relay coordination. So here we are considering the substations, four substations, that is A, B, C and D. Okay, and these are the loads connected to these substations. Now operating time for substation A is more than the operating time of substation B, then C and then D. Okay, it is just like uh, uh, the previous one, that is the relay operating time near the substation is more than at the load point. Okay, so here a tripping of protective relay in a sequence or order means here if any fault is occurring, suppose I consider that the fault is occurring between this substation C and D. Okay, between this substation C and D, then this relay should operate first. Okay, this relay should operate first. If the relay between A and B is operating, we cannot say that there is a relay coordination. Okay, so uh, here if the fault is occurring between C and D, substation C and D, so this relay should first operate, and if it is not operating, then the relay between B and C should operate, because the time required for the relay to operate between C and D is minimum, yeah, maximum. What will be the time required to operate relay between substation C and D? Yes, it is minimum or maximum? Yes. Okay, so the time required for operation of the relay between C and D will be minimum. And if this relay is not operating, then the relay coordination is poor. Okay, then the relay coordination is poor. Okay, and if this relay is not operating, the another relay will operate here. Okay, now we'll see the procedure, how actually the relay starts operating here, or for coordination we'll see the procedure here, means the relay coordination procedure for the earth fault. Okay, so all the substation relays current, voltage setting and time setting values will be noted and tabulated. Okay, so for the coordination purpose, what settings we have to do, that is, first is the current, voltage and time setting values should be noted and tabulated. Then check the current setting and operating time of the relay which is associated with the fault. Okay, so first we have to check the current setting and operating time of relay. Now current setting means what? Current setting means what? So current setting means uh, we are setting value of current for the relay, that is the pickup current. So for that, we are moving the plug position. So that is nothing but your current setting. Then what is operating time? Operating time of the relay means it is the overall operating time, means when actually fault occurs. After that, your current will flow through the relay coil. It will take some time. Then for operation of circuit breaker, the time will be required. Then for whatever arc will be produced, for extinguishing that arc also the time will be required. Okay, so that time is nothing but the operating time of the relay, and it is associated with the fault. That is, if you are coordinating for earth fault, means you should consider all earth fault setting. Okay, so earth fault means these are the single line to earth or double line to earth faults. Okay, then adjust the setting, that is substation D should have minimum operating time and current or voltage setting. Okay, means as we are considering that the longer distance relay should have minimum operating time. So this should be set because this substation D is located far away from the generating station. So there you can set the time, then current setting and voltage setting. Okay, then current setting and voltage setting means at that current or at that voltage your relay will start operating. Okay, then only substation D operates if the value is higher than the remaining substation. The substation D relay does not operate under fault condition. Okay, so if you put the higher value of current or more value of time also, voltage, then that relay will operate at that value only. Okay, at that value only. So as the substation D is at longer distance than generating station, you should set the minimum time and current and voltage for that substation. Okay, so that it will operate immediately or within minimum time. Okay, so if the value is higher than remaining substation, then the other means this will not operate. Okay, other relays will operate. So means there is a poor coordination. Okay, now the coordinated setting values would be substation A greater than substation B and greater than substation C. Okay, so in this sequence means whatever be the values, okay, we should set the minimum value for D. More than that, the value should be set for C. Then more values should be set for B and for A. Okay, so like this for A, for B, for C, and for D. Okay, so in this way you should set the values of current, voltage, and time also. Okay, so the coordinated power system operating time will be the substation A greater than means operating time. So this is the setting values, means if we set in such a way, the time required for operation of your relay A will be, or at substation A will be more, okay, than the operation time of this substation D. Okay, so this is the relay coordination, means we have to first set the values of current, voltage, and time. Then only your relay will operate properly. Okay, means there will be relay coordination. Okay, so for today we'll stop, and in next lecture we'll see the earth fault relay and phase fault, earth fault and phase fault relays. Okay, so thank you all and have a nice day. Thank you.